All, it's your girl Tiffany, Metamorphosis Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess. I do hope y'all are doing well and feeling well on today, guys. I'm actually going to be doing something new. Okay, guys. So this is a new segment that I thought about adding to my channel, guys. And what kind of gave me the motivation of this, because I don't know what is going on, but it has gotten to the point where it's so irritating or what have you. But maybe that's just the era that we are in or what have you. If it's not some type of drugs or pharmaceuticals or some kind, it's therapy. I don't know if you all have been noticing, but YouTube advertised, like, they have made therapy trending right now. Okay, so I've been seeing these commercials, and these people, they're like, you know what I'm saying? These bubbly looking actors look like they've hired, okay, to promote this, okay, and it's supposed to be this whole online therapy, pick your therapist ass type of shit. I think it's totally ridiculous or what have you, okay? And you got all these people that's just promoting therapy. Oh, therapy, you can do therapy online. So this is what made me think of this. I'm like, this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard of. So I just decided that I was going to start this segment, guys, okay? And I think I'm going to name it Tea Time Therapy with Tiffany, guys, okay? So we're going to have us some public therapy sessions, guys, okay? This is going to be open talk, vent sessions, whatever you want to call it, guys, okay? So we'll talk about various different topics or what have you, guys. So I guess I'm going to kick this segment off with something that's on my mind right now. Well, not, I mean, it is, but it isn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kinda, but not really, type of thing or what have you, guys, okay? And we'll just go from there. We'll just do, where the conversation leads us, okay? Or what have you, since, you know what I'm saying, this seems to be the big topic. I've done therapy before, okay? And I'm sorry, but therapy does not help anybody, okay? Whatever problems you go to a therapy session with, you leave with those same problems, okay? And therapy kind of amazes me. These people get paid a lot of money. They're not your friends. You're basically paying somebody to talk to them, okay? And most people in the world have friends, have family, have lovers, have associates. You have a variation of people to talk to if you just wanted to talk, okay? So most of the time at the end of therapy sessions, what can a therapist offer you? You know what I'm saying? It's like that you sit here and talk to a stranger about all of your business. They write it all down on a little legal pad and say, okay, how does that make you feel? The entire conversation in their little soft, somber, non-hostile type of voice or what have you. And at the end of that, depending on how you feel, you know what I'm saying, if you're a little too stressed or too depressed or, having any other, kind of sketchy feelings, they got a prescription pad for you. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, what can therapy do? And people are just I don't know, but don't let that deter you, because there are people in the world who have absolutely nobody, and they need someone to talk to, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, okay? If you are feeling suicidal or homicidal, okay, I would definitely tell you should be talking to someone, okay? To try to rectify that situation or get some type of help. But just overall, and then what most people you understand want to go to therapy and talk about is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Family issues, lovers issues, kids issues, inadequacies in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like regular everyday life shit. And the same problem you have when you go there, you leave there with that problem. And even if you get some type of medication for the medication, just tricks your mind and to make you believe for a short period of time that you don't have that problem, but you still have that problem. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example. If you're stressed out because, let's say, you've lost your job, you have no money, you got past due bills, and got no way to pay those bills, and you go to your therapist and you talk to your therapist about it, okay, what is your therapist going to do? And it's interesting because that therapist, they're not your friend. They're only going to talk to you for that 45 minutes to an hour that you are paying for, your insurance is paying for, and when that little bell ding or ring or whatever, that session is over. You understand what I'm saying? And to talk to them again, you got to schedule another session and pay for it. So you're basically paying for a friend. You know what I'm saying? Or an associate or confidant. So I'm like, really, people are paying for a conversation, because that's what a therapist is. You're paying for a conversation. So I figured I would do this, guys, okay? But anyway, yeah, at the end of that session, you still got the same issue. Guess what? When you leave that session, you still got past due bills, you still ain't got a job, you still ain't got no money to get things paid, or whatever the situation may be, or what have you. And if you're so distraught and stressed out about it, your therapist say, you know what? Well, I'm going to start you on a very mild sedative, okay, to help you relax. And you go and take that mild sedative, and for however long it lasts, you don't give a damn. You're like, fuck, that mild sedative tricks your mind to make you say, fuck them damn bills, But the truth of the matter is, you still got bills to pay. Guess what? Your utility companies, they don't give a damn about you being stressed. They don't give a damn about your feelings or anything like that or whatever. So it's just like, life bullshit, okay? If your marriage broke up, if you know what I'm saying, if you're going through a breakup, if you're having family issues, if you didn't pass your college course or whatever else, like, it's life, right? That's what people say. So anyway, guys, in today's public therapy session, which I am calling Tea Time Therapy with Tiffany, we're going to talk about something. I just want to ask you all, how would you feel if you were lied to your entire life? Okay? How would you feel if you were adopted and no one ever told you? How are you supposed to feel that once how are you supposed to feel about your father not loving you and abandoning you and responsible for your mother's death, and you go through your entire life without the love, the support, the guidance, the you know what I'm saying, or anything from this person your entire life. And when this person dies, they decide to, and like, you know what I'm saying, at this point, it doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody that never loved you, never cared about you, didn't take care of you throughout your entire life, or your entire life while they were living, You would think when they passed away, well, that's that, or what have you. But this person goes even further to disrespect you even more, because this person didn't love you or care about you enough to do a damn thing for you, but would have the audacity to leave your child in their will. How do you look over the child that you abandoned, that you didn't love, you didn't support, you didn't take care of, and something that came from them, which would be their child? You look over the child that you abandoned and decide to leave, I don't know, some type of inheritance of some kind, if that's what you want to call it, to that child. How would you feel about that? So that's what today's segment is about, guys, okay? Because I think it's absolutely absurd. Because first of all, most of us could never imagine that somebody who didn't do a damn thing for us, like we wasn't important enough for this person to love us, or to care about us, or to support us, or to teach us, or to guide us, or to protect us, or anything while they were living. We wouldn't dare have fathomed the thought that in this person's death that they would do a damn thing for us, okay? But the audacity to find out, even in death, this person basically says, fuck you again, by looking clear over you. And, you know what? And what? Good gesture? Grace? Do something for your child? Leave something for your child? Like, how absurd is that? It's blatantly disrespectful. It's a slap in the fucking face. It's like, oh, you ain't shit, but, I don't love you, I don't like you, I don't care about you, I never have, never did. But, I'm going to leave a little something for your child that came from you. Doesn't make any sense to me, guys, okay? So that's the topic of today's discussion. And then it's so crazy because they're out your entire life, okay? It's like your entire life is a lie. You've been lied to, taken, abducted, missing person, and have been hidden for all of these years, purposely planted in poverty, okay? Because this father, sorry about that, this father of yours is obviously someone of such importance that they cared more about their career and money than they did you. Plus, the scandalous way that you got here in the first place was one of the main reasons that this person denied you in the first place, okay? Why? Because your father was full grown and your mother was underage. Who was pimped out and prostituted by our own immigrant parents, okay, who got their citizenship in the United States by pimping out their own child to wealthy elite people in power, okay? And in the midst of this, your mother gets pregnant with you. Not only you, because you're a twin. Gets pregnant. And then that's when it's decided, a judgment is made to kill your mother after giving birth to you to keep their scandalous affair from coming out. And so you're taken. After that, you're split up from your twin. And you're purposely planted in poverty. And then the sad thing is, the people that you're placed with in poverty, they exclude you, they leave you out, they don't love you either, they don't show you any real love, they don't care anything about you, they gaslight your entire life, they lie to you your entire life, and you're given a fake, phony, fabricated family. And you're not any, you're none the wiser. Why? Because the United States government is in on this scandal as well. So you have been brainwashed and put under mind control, and given drugs to wipe your memory from the things that you've seen and the things that you remembered, that was done to you, that happened around you, and everything. And you're being under strict watchful eye your entire life, while everybody gaslit you and played in your fucking face, and everybody that you came into contact with you, they didn't love you, they didn't care about you, they didn't like you. They treated you like you was nothing. They went out of their way to treat you like you were not, you were this mistake. But it's no fault of your own. But you are this fucking disgusting mistake. And nobody likes you, and nobody loves you, and nobody cares about you, and nobody wants you, and nobody desires you. Nobody's here for you. Nobody's gonna save you. And so you learn how to cope. You learn how to deal. And then, here you are today. So around 30, you go through this massive shift. This awakening. And it's interesting because when you're a child, you had these fucked up feelings. Like the way you were being treated, you observed very well. You knew something was wrong. If you're anything like myself, when I was a kid, I knew two things, matter of factly, that I never told anyone. The woman who claimed to be my mother, I knew with every fiber of my being that woman could not have been my mother. Because the way she treated me. There was no nurturing or loving type of energy or anything like that. Like this woman didn't hug, we didn't kiss. It was no cradle, cuddle, nurturing you get from a mother. Never. And this person was my main abuser, like my handler. This person was trained how to ritualistically abuse me, I knew that this woman, deep down in my soul, I intuitively knew this woman was not my mother, but I never told her so. And I also felt like I had a twin. It was the other thing that I felt. But I thought because I was a loner, I didn't have any friends, I thought I made it up. I thought, how kids have imaginary friends, So I'm like, I'm so lonely, I'm so, depressed, I don't have any friends. Maybe I've made up this imaginary friend that looks exactly like me, is an identical twin or something. And so I never told anybody about that either. But come to find out, my feelings were actually valid, which I didn't learn until, fucking umpteen years later after, 30 and had gone through this awakening or what have you. And when this awakening happened, I'm like embracing my creativity, embracing my spirituality, being artistic and creative in all kinds of ways, and a whole just bombard of information is just like flooding in. The veil is lifted from my eyes, and I'm seeing the truth and the clarity about the people around me, about the world, about everything. It seemed like the first time. It was almost like being born, reborn or something like that, okay? And so little bit by little bit, things began to shred. And Little bit by little bit, I'm finding out that everything and everyone that I thought to be the truth was a lie. Okay? And some of the other things we'll talk about in another segment or what have you, but this is when I really began to look into family. Okay? Because the people who are supposed to be my family from the mother's side to the father's side, them people ain't never treated me like family. I knew something was wrong because there's a lot of those people. Many of them, if I know their first name, I couldn't tell you their last names. Many of them, if I know their first and last name, I couldn't tell you who their mother and their fathers are, who all their siblings are, and who has family like that. Who has family that you don't know all the way? And I'm talking about some of your most immediate family. You know what I'm saying? People who are supposed to be like your first. Most people know all of their first cousins, know all of their aunts, their uncles, their grandparents, and different things like that, or what have you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, grandparents, and you don't know their grandparents. Like, who were their parents? You know what I'm saying? I don't know those people. Even when it comes to people who you're supposed to be your, like, father, for instance, who was told was your father, who's their father? Never met any of these people. You know what I'm saying? Don't know anything about them. So I knew something was wrong. Plus, when you're always the one that is excluded and left out, and then when you are around people giving you, side eye looks and evil eyes and all this other kind of shit, they think that you don't see them. They snap in pictures and shots of you and making little sly comments and remarks and whispering about you and different things like that. They thought I was too brainwashed and dumbed down to see these things, but I noticed these things, guys, okay? Sorry about that, guys. I had to get my daughter on her live for school. But anyway, y'all are going to be able to tell the difference, but I had to pause for just a minute. Yeah, guys. So, it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? The world don't keep spending. The world doesn't stop spinning on account of anybody in particular and what you go through in life. So you have to keep on living, okay? But it's just you know what I'm saying? It's just I guess it's just like the knowing of just how fucked up the world is. Things are in life in general, guys, okay? Especially dealing with situations like this or what have you, and then you sit back and you think about all these things, and especially if you're somebody like myself and you're a targeted individual, and you get more and more pissed off that people would have the audacity to be targeting you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like your entire life is a lie. Like, you've been lied to and gaslit all your life, okay? You've been exploited. You've been put under mind control, brainwashed, okay? You've been drugged, you've been poisoned, you've been trafficked, you've been illegally invaded and violated your supposed privacy, your alleged human rights, civil rights, constitutional rights you never even fucking had, was stripped from you as a fucking kid to please and appease someone else and their fucking livelihood, okay? But you know, I'm supposed to be this nothing, this nobody, and the audacity of you to be targeting and attacking the fuck me. You understand what I'm saying? On account of what, protecting some fucking body else? And all these people who are involved, everybody are involved from the government officials who's aware of this, who have covered this up, because you know this is some old top secret classified ass bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, especially when you have a parent who's a high-ranking government official who, my gosh. Yeah. So it's like really, it's like the audacity of these motherfuckers. Like, are you serious? How did your life get made a living hell your entire fucking life? You're just treated like shit. But then when you go through awakening, you're like vigorously the fuck attacked. To no end, non-stop. Yet you're the only one that has nothing, that has nobody, that has juggled and struggled and suffered your entire fucking life and been treated like shit by every fucking body, but everybody around you has benefited the fuck off of you, exploited you for their own ill wills, made hella money off of you while you were poor. How the fuck are you supposed to feel about this shit? And then it's like, okay, so you know what I'm saying? You suck it up. Life goes on. You got to keep living. By now, you got kids of your fucking own to take care of, so you can't be, you know, some pity party for your fucking self, because you got your own kids to take care of. But the audacity of these bitches to then not even allow you to live in misery in fucking peace. It's like, what the fuck are you attacking me for? What are you fucking watching me for? You've exploited me all my life and made money the fuck off of it. You've used me, you abused me, you've neglected me, you've abandoned me, you've betrayed me, you've done every fucking thing to me. You've invaded and violated my mind, my body, and my fucking soul for your own low down, dirty fucking doings. Fuck you watching me for? The audacity of you to think you could pass your judgment upon the fuck me. Yo, this is the type of shit that gives a bitch the legal right to lose their mind around here. I should have lost my mind a long fucking time ago. I should have snapped, cracked, and popped a long fucking time ago, and I would have had the legal motherfucking right to do so. Because it's the type of shit that make motherfuckers lose their mind. But I'm strong-willed. No matter how fucked up things is, no matter how hurt you get behind shit, I don't know how to cope, know how to deal with it, and move forward. But it's the principle of the whole thing. And most of the time, things like this we keep in. We don't tell anybody our feelings. And we just keep living life because that's what this world expects you to fucking do, right? Get over it. The fuck over it. But I'm appalled that, you know, and like I said, me personally, and it's so interesting, though. It's so interesting because the people who have neglected me and abandoned me in life, that didn't love me, that didn't support me, or wasn't there for me, they did me like that. But it was the very people that was around them that they did accept, that sacrificed them. I didn't sacrifice them. So the very people that you did love and accept are the ones who fucking sacrificed you. But you treat me like I'm shit. I'm the one that's nothing. It's interesting. it works, isn't it? It's interesting. You guys remember how I was telling you about all those deaths that was happening like back to back to back to back to back to back? These people were all sacrificed by the people closest to them. I didn't sacrifice them. I wouldn't do such a thing. Whether I like the person or not, I wouldn't do such a thing. But it amazes me the people that you did accept, that you did love, that you did share your life with, or whatever you had with, or whatever. Those are the very fucking money-hungry, gold-digging ass sons of bitches that snuffed your life out for money. Not me. Not the one you neglected. Not the one you abandoned. Not the one you never fucking loved. So, you know, I never imagined, like, I'm not the type of person, like, I don't, you know, I think people are fucking weird. They don't really care about somebody, don't like somebody, don't really love them, but you're sitting around, you all too eager to get what they have. You don't mind taking what they have for your own selfish ass selves, but you all too eager for them to hurry up and go, hurry up and die. And it is a lot of people out here who's got like wealthy family men, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, wealthy people, or whether they're wealthy or not, but especially wealthy people. Everybody to fuck around them, from their wives to their girlfriends to their fucking spoiled brat ass fucking children and shit, like their friends, associates and shit, they're all sitting around waiting for them to die so they can get their cut or whatever the fuck that this person had. I think it's stupid. I think gold diggers are stupid. I really do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be with a person while they living just cause they got money. So I damn sure ain't gonna fucking kill you. Not even like you, not even love you. Go along with sacrificing you just to take what the heck you got once you dead. So that's stupid. So for somebody like me who's experienced these things that I'm talking to you about, I wasn't the one that was sitting on some goddamn back burner, waiting, you know, doodling my thumbs, waiting on somebody to fucking die just to see what the fuck I get, bitch, please. I would rather be somebody and make my own goddamn money. I would love that. Because that shit is mine. Something that you've worked hard for or what have you. But see, you know, when with the fucked up life I have, see, that's another thing that is very frustrating. Because if you have some talent, skills, or abilities that's actually profitable, beneficial, you got people in the world that's literally blocking you from succeeding on your fucking own. Fuck what anybody else got. Fuck anybody else giving you any fucking thing. But when you got bitch made ass fucking people that don't even want you to make it on your fucking own, off of your own hard fucking work and dedication, it makes it hard to fucking survive. If nobody will ever let you fucking succeed on your own. Meanwhile, these the same money hungry, gold digging ass bitches that's around here sacrificing people for money and committing insurance frauds and shit. You know, so there's been several people who have passed away, you know, like, but like my real father, who was a wealthy man, he changed his will before he died, and he left inheritance to my daughter, okay? Which ties back to things that I told you all before, when I told you all how I was, when I found out my daughter was being groomed and molested and you know, I found a satanic pentagram coin thing in her room and all kinds of shit. And like I knew something was going on because she was drawing these pictures or what have you, and it like somebody was in her head. Somebody was grooming her and telling her stuff or whatever, that she had a lot of money, and she would draw these pictures. She would take a whole sheet of paper and she'd draw the number sign or what have you. It would be like 333333333, comma 333333333, comma 333. You know what I'm saying? She would have pictures like that or what have you. And then she started drawing like these immaculate freaking, that's her creative artistry thing. She can draw like the most phenomenal fucking pictures, and I'm not talking tracing, like just out the top of the dome. Like she's really into anime right now, so she draws a lot of anime type of characters and those little Japanese looking girls and different things and what have you. But she can really draw or what have you. But back then, and this was like when she was way younger, she was in elementary, she would draw these, you know, extravagant looking dresses with the bustier, you know, bust type of thing on it or whatever. And I'm like, who the fuck is telling her? You know what I'm saying? This type of shit. Now, at the time, I'm going through an awakening, but I haven't fully, awakened, okay? And this was years upon years before I even knew the spell work and different things like that. Like, none of that was going on yet, okay? And this was years and years before I knew that I was even a targeted individual, okay? So I'm seeing this stuff, and I'm like tripping. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, who is that? Why is she doing this or whatever? But I knew what she had got was being exploited to like sexual things. It was being molested. It was just different things that was happening. But they tried to abduct her from school. They were going to kidnap her from school, and I don't know if they thought I was one of them old sucker duck ass mothers that would do anything for fucking money, and I would turn a blind eye while my daughter gets the fucking abducted. You send the fucking Masons and the Eastern Stars out, and put together this fraudulent ass community of people that play pretend like they help me look for my damn child, and go fund me, go up, and you give me a little motherfucking money to hush about it, send them, how they do, send the media out, it get a little coverage for about a week or some shit like that, and then it quietly fucking disappears, and you get a little quiet fucking check or whatever, and you go on with your fucking life, I mean, your child have been the fuck took, and then, then the authorities act like they ain't got a suspect, they ain't got a fucking clue or nothing. They legit. Like, I totally seen it. I've totally seen it before it fucking happened. And the day that it was supposed to happen, when I had the dream and I had the vision, I didn't send her to school. And it was interesting because when she got up, at that time she loved going to school. She loved being around other kids, playing with other kids. Like, elementary school is usually fun. They do all the exciting stuff in elementary school or what have you. But that one in particular, the same day that I had that dream, had that vision or what have you, she woke up and she was like crying the entire time we was getting ready. She was actually okay up until we got ready to go. And she was just crying, and she had never acted like that a day before in her life about going to school. She did not want to go. Did not want to go. And I knew for sure something was wrong, so I didn't send her. They were going to abduct her from school. They were going to abduct her from school. They was going to take her to a fucking cave or some shit like that. And it was crazy. It was a trip, okay? But, anyway, and, the interesting thing about all of this is that, my real father's greedy, jealous wife, and the fake, phony, fraudulent family that I grew up around, they've all been tag team partners working together to try to eliminate me and eliminate my daughter, or what have you, from her getting her inheritance that was left to her by my real father, who abandoned me and didn't do shit for me. So they've been all trying to steal this, trying to take this, or they have, or whatever. And so this is one of the main reasons why I am being targeted, why they target my daughter even as well. I mean, they've had from professional people that she has encountered, from all kinds of officials, to even groom my child. Okay, I've literally watched certain people do certain things, and I know they think I'm just stupid to see the shit, but I know exactly what's going on. Okay, she's had all kinds of people that the powers that be have used to like groom her and all this other kinds of shit or what have you. But it's because she's wealthy, but it's a setup. It's a setup because see, my daughter has disabilities. Okay, so first of all, she wouldn't be able to manage her own money. She wouldn't be able to take care of herself. Okay, and this is how I knew. The Spirit, when before I even knew about all of that, Spirit had already exposed it to me when they traffic my daughter. They want to brainwash. Well, they want her under mind control. They want to dope up, and they want to pimp her out for the wealthy elites. Is what they want to use with my daughter. Okay, when I first started being targeted, the color that they use for my daughter is yellow. Okay, and the reference that they tie that to, if any of you all have ever seen Harlem Nights, okay, the prostitute that is in Harlem Nights was called Sunshine, and she wore yellow. Okay, and she was one that was with that white man or what have you. This is what they want to do with my daughter. Okay, I can show y'all all kinds of like footage that I've recorded where nothing but yellow has been around me. They use yellow in pizza. Like they would haunt me and taunt me about that pertaining to my daughter or whatever, like on purpose. Okay, to try to mock me. I kid you not. I can show you the proof of it. I literally still have the proof of it. Because it was so obvious, it was so blatantly obvious, and that it was being done so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about seeing one or two things. I'm talking about being bombarded with it, like everywhere, all around, like everything or what have you. And so I began to like record it and take snapshots and photos, different things like that or what have you. This is how they wanted to use my daughter, and they wanted to take her money. See the. My real father only left my daughter when he left her for her to be victimized by the powers that be, by the industry, by the wealthy elites. Okay? And then my daughter is like really tall. She's naturally petite. Okay, I've even heard certain politician that I'm not going to name. He said once, "I'm thinking model." She's not even into fashion, and she's very shy around people. Yeah, no. And a lot of those models, they have drugged up. They, when they're not doing that, they use them as prostitutes. Period, point blank. That's how they use it. So I know exactly what they want to use my daughter for. But her having that type of wealth or what have you would literally put the bullseye on her. They send handlers into her life, okay, that would use her, abuse her, steal the money, have her under mind control, and abuse her in different ways. It was a setup. It wasn't a blessing. It's a curse. Okay? It was a curse. And it was to set her up. But because she has disabilities, what was left to her would have to go through me to get to her, and they didn't want that to happen at all. So they really want to sacrifice my daughter. For the longest, they wanted to sacrifice my daughter after their attempt to abduct her fell through or what have you, and they knew I wasn't going. They would literally have to go through me. They would literally have to kill me in an effort to get to my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? But And for a while, that was the efforts because they were trying to drive me. They've tried to drive me insane. They've tried to force me to suicide. They've tried to get me, if they could get me locked away somewhere, institutionalized, or something like that, or whatever. They've tried all of that, or whatever. That way, they could get their hands on my daughter. If they got their hands on my daughter, they would have their hands on the money. See, they don't care about me or my child. Is what y'all need to understand. They want the money, okay? Because my real father, I just told y'all, is a very wealthy man. Okay? We're talking about wealth here. We're not talking about no chump change. Okay? So they want to get their hands on my daughter. This was left to my daughter. It wasn't left to me. He didn't love me. He didn't care about me. Which is quite interesting. But you left this curse to my daughter. So they wanted to get rid of me so they could get their hands on my daughter. Okay? At first they thought that I would go, that they could trick me and my daughter come up missing or some shit like that. So, from my ex to the people that was around my daughter, even the fake phony fraudulent family, they was grooming her. And they was doing different things with her. And they even tried doing certain things to try to turn her against me. So a little bit, things were being done with my daughter that I had no idea was going on at the time. Okay? And that the one time that there's several different things that I have, like photos of, pictures of, proof of, and different things like that. It completely vanished, disappeared. Like when they took my daughter out to the lake and did a whole ritual with her, those pictures disappeared out of my phone. I went to the hospital and I was there a day and a half, 2 days, something like that, or what have you. When I got back home, all of my shit had been ransacked. I had like photo albums of shit, even back when I was way younger, way before I had a child. Certain people had pictures of it, shit. All of my shit was ransacked. It was thrown out. It was thrown away. It just completely disappeared. It was taken. They went through all of my shit. And I have gone in things where I know it should have been saved, and my Google photos and different things like that I wouldn't have gotten rid of just completely disappeared. They done hacked my shit and went through and fucking deleted certain things of mine and what have you. Or just taken it. This is what these motherfuckers do. To cover up the shit that they've been doing. Okay? So, because like I told you, they were setting me up all along. See, this is the reason why they needed to keep me under mind control, and they wanted me to stay with my ex. You understand what I'm saying? I was supposed to be a sacrifice for my ex, and my daughter was going to be sold up to the highest fucking bidder because she had this fucking money. But because my daughter got money, you understand what I'm saying? She didn't know nothing about it like that. And even if she knew anything about it, she would know what to do with it, or how to use it. Because she had to be cared for. Okay? And these people know this. Okay? So after the situation fell through with her coming up missing, because I don't know if they thought I was some sucker duck ass bitch that was just, would do anything for money and pimp out my fucking child and, turn a blind eye to her coming up the fuck missing for some money. But yeah, I'm not the one, bitch, because I would go without anything, everything, to make sure that my daughter has anything and everything, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So you got me fucked up. You can afford me or her. Okay? So I'm like, okay. So when that fell through, then they needed to eliminate me. They this when they started vigorously trying to set me up, get rid of me in some type of fucking way, to try to get to my damn child. Okay? And when that fell through, then they wanted to just, sacrifice my daughter because they figured, well, if she's just out the picture altogether, if we sacrifice her, then we don't have to give this money over to her. Well, they're stupid, bitch, because doing that means it would come to her next of kin, it would come to fuck to me. Either way. You understand what I'm saying? So, they falsified documentations, informations, all kinds of shit. Did all kind of fraudulent shit in the courts, perjured themselves in the courts of law, all kinds of shit. You understand what I'm saying?
You've got mail.
I'm used to it. I'm used to people not caring about me, not loving me. I've never known happiness a day before in my life. I've never been in a relationship with anybody. I've never had love from family, never had love from an actual lover that I wasted my time being with or even having sex with. I've never known happiness or love, so I'm used to it. I know how to cope with it. I know how to fucking deal with it, okay? But this, you know, it's a new low. There were a couple other people that were sacrificed though, and it's interesting because my real father, I see how they mishmashed up things though, okay? Because my real father and my adopted father, both of them are air signs. Both of them are air signs, okay? And so it's interesting how they did that because they tried to like mishmash it up type of thing. Or what have you. But they both were sacrificed. But the adopted father, you know, obviously he wasn't wealthy or anything like that or what have you, but he did have an insurance policy or whatever. He did actually leave me something, but you know, his mother and his side of the family, they stole that from me, okay? And that was like, you know, very small amount of, way less than what was left for my daughter, but it was all stolen. It was all taken, okay? But how would you feel, Collective? How would you feel? If somebody never loved you, never cared about you, gave a damn about you in life, I would never fathom do anything for me in death, and this person didn't, okay? But they had the audacity to leave something for my child, but it's actually a setup. It's a curse. It's a trap her in that beast system with these evil, twisted, perverted people, and you know. And that energy, and they thought I was never gonna know. That's the reason why they never wanted me to awaken. And it's very interesting because when I lived in sin, what they call sin anyway, when I lived careless and reckless, when I was young, dumb, immature, living life, thinking you grown, you know, we all go through that fucking phase where we make fucked up ass mistakes that, you know, that we didn't have to fucking repent for and ask for forgiveness for. And if you got good sense, you didn't, you know, change the life to be a better person, you know. And that if we could go back, turn back the hands of time, that we would totally do things different and never make those fucking mistakes and different things like that, or what have you. But I've sat back and I've thought about it, guys. I had a better life when I lived in sin. It's sad to think that. It's sad to think that. I actually had a better life when I lived in sin. I slept good. I didn't want for shit. You know what I'm saying? And even though the people around me, because I was still in divine control, they were fake and phony, from lovers to fake, you know, fake lovers, fake friends, fake family. I still had people, you know what I'm saying, around me, even though it was fucking fake. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, as long as I was under mind control and I was brainwashed and dumbed down, I wasn't aware of what was going on. Everybody plays in your face. Everybody plays their respected role. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't being stalked and harassed and tracked and hacked. And you know what I'm saying? They had a covert way. I feel like I was still a target, but I was still being watched and different things like that, but it was done covertly. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't made aware that it was being done, okay? And my life wasn't being made a living hell. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't shit that I wanted, I couldn't ask for and get from somebody. You understand what I'm saying? um, which ain't no begging bitch, no way, or what have you, but it didn't even have anything to do with like me asking for something. I had people in my life that would ask me if I needed something, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Them good old days. But and I never had to be alone. People on the outside looking in probably would have assumed that I was codependent, but I've actually never been codependent. I've just never had to be alone. And the reason why I've never had to be alone is because they always wanted a handler in my life because of who I am. So no sooner than a situation ended with me and someone, it was always somebody else there that was like all too eager to be with me, like right then, right away. Want me to move in with them, or they want to move in with me, or you know what I'm saying? Somebody was always there. You know what I'm saying? So I never had to be alone. I'm only single now by choice. Okay? Like I don't have to be. Like all these years that I've been single and celibate, it was a choice that I made. So I don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Or anything. You know what I'm saying? Back then, people didn't even care. I could be in a relationship with somebody. Like, I couldn't stop people from texting and calling me if I wanted them to. I told them to. People didn't care if I was in a relationship with somebody. They would want to fuck with me anyway. Or dupe with me anyway. Okay? It was all a part of the setup. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't want for shit or what have you. But it amazes me from the moment that the bulletin, that the memo went out, that I was awakened, everybody scattered like roaches. And they all teamed up, linked up, schemed up together. It's almost like there was some type of meeting that was held when I was a kid, when I was younger. Well, if this person ever wake up, that this is what we're going to do to them. We're going to attack them like this, we're going to attack them like that. They never wanted me to wake up. This is the reason why I've been suppressed my entire life, okay? This is the reason why nobody embraced any creativity or artistry or skills or talents or abilities that I had. They even tried to prevent me from academically excelling in school, going to college, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that, okay? Anything that had to do with creativity or anything like that or what have you, I was just I was looked over on purpose to keep me from being seen, to keep me from being known, to keep me from succeeding or making it in any kind of way. Okay? For multiple reasons. One, because my father is a wealthy man who was in power in government, okay? Pretty high government, okay? Pretty high government. And my twin is in the industry, the entertainment industry. She's an actress. Okay. Because when we were split, you got mail. She got put with a wealthy family, and I got, tossed into poverty. And so that's the way it went. So they needed to keep me hidden. They needed to keep me from succeeding. And so I was blocked. I've been prevented from having anything. And like anything that I have excelled in or what have you, it only goes so far. Once I get to a certain level, like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It's so interesting because it's almost like, how people be like, oh, it's levels to it or what have you. But like anything that I've excelled in or I'm good at or would be successful in or meant to do that would, have me seen or heard or known or make me somebody. It's like, if I, once I excel past, what I'm saying, level 2 or something, then I'm just knocked back down again, or I'm blocked, or you know what I'm saying, from excelling to any other level. And it was all done on purpose. And when I was younger, I never understood this because, of course, I was always made to feel like, oh, you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? You get this sense like you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not beautiful enough, or you're not talented enough, or there's people that's better than you, that's there, and all this other kind of stuff, or what have you. So, like I said, you live life and you learn to cope and deal with it and you move on, and that's what it is. But, when you awaken to all of this bullshit, you realize everybody that you once looked up to, respected, believed in, were fucking habitual liars the entire time. Or whatever. Is like, really? And these are the very individuals that have the audacity to be plotting and planning and scheming on me right now, targeting me right now. You know what I'm saying? Still doing shit to illegally invade and violate me right the fuck now. For your own selfish ass ill fucking wills. And it's like, bitch. And these are people, especially when it comes to the government, when it comes to the industry, these people have exploited me my entire life. They have made more money off of me than a little bit from exploitation alone. All the mind control shit, the illegal technology, the illegal surveillance, the illegal invasion violations, the abuse, all that shit. Pain and suffering and some more shit. Yeah, that's a major fucking lawsuit. As the fuck well. Worth millions of fucking dollars, just as much as the millions that they have made off of exploiting me, and now my child as well. And I don't even include everything that they taken from me, which it's probably very few people that has done a damn thing for me. It's especially in the terms of speaking, them passing away and say leaving me something or some shit like that. And the only reason why I'm telling you, the only reason why my daughter was left anything is because they want to exploit my child. They want to use my child and harvest off of her energy as well. People are fucking predators. They're vultures. Well, yeah, more could be said, collective. But on this segment of Tea Time Therapy with Tiffany, I just kind of wondered. I mean, y'all can put it in the comment section below. How would you feel if somebody that neglected you, abandoned you, left you out in the cold, alienated you, didn't give a damn about your mother, so of course they didn't give a damn about you, didn't do anything for you while they was living, but in their death, but obviously while they was living, they kept an eye on you or some shit, knew who you were, still did nothing for you. Got word even when you gave birth. And so on that person's deathbed, they changed their will. And come to find out, they decide to leave your child in their will. Now, they didn't do a damn thing for you. And even in death, they look smooth the fuck over you. And gonna leave something for your damn child. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about a man. We're not talking about a person. That is different. Like, if you had a loving parent in your life, You know, they done loved you, provided for you, took care of you all your life, and you know what I'm saying? Different little things like that, or what have you. And, you know, in death, you know, a good grandparent, you know, would leave their grandchildren something. They may have left you, you know what I'm saying? A good grandparent, you know, it really just depends on how many children they had and how many grandchildren they had. But I'm not talking about a good grandparent or like a good parent that's been in your life all your life. They loved you, nurtured you, raised you up, took care of you, and some more shit. And in they death, they decide to leave you the family home, and they left their grandkids some money. You know what I'm saying? Go towards their college fund, you know, whatever. They want to use it for their first apartment, first car, whatever. That makes sense. But we're talking about somebody who neglected you, abandoned you, left you out in the cold, never loved you at all. Didn't do a damn thing for you all their life, all your life. And in their death, they leave your child something. They smooth look over you and leave your child something. So we're not even talking about a man weeping on his deathbed, repenting and sorry for how they treated you and what they done to you, so they decide to leave you something. No. They fucking leave something to your child that's really not a blessing. It's a curse. It's a trap. Now you got the white folks in power, the wealthy fucking elites, and every sold out, materialistic, greedy Negro on this side of the South. They're trying to get their hands on that damn money because it's wealth. And they don't want it to go to your rich child, and they don't want it to go to you. How would you feel, collective? So this segment was basically, I guess we can call it Sins of Thy Father. You know. The next segment, you know, I briefly spake on, you know, mothers and different things or whatever in this one, but the next segment may be about them or maybe about something totally different, okay? I just wanted to start off this first segment with that, okay? Not every one of these segments, I feel like I'm sharing with you all from personal experience, but this is more so about, this is public therapy, so this is more so about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts and feelings, of, you know, what you're going through, what you've endured, how you may, and even the things that you haven't, how you may feel about these issues, these topics. How are you supposed to feel? And at the end of the day, you tell me what licensed therapist can fix that shit. Till the next time, guys. Peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.